Hi, my name is Stephen Hawes, the founder and CEO of Opulo, and this is the March 2026 Opulo Company Update. Opulo is an open source hardware company making the LumenPnP, a desktop pick-and-place machine used for automatically assembling electronic components onto circuit boards. The LumenPnP is meant for assembling PCBs at a wide range of production scales, anywhere from just a handful of boards for a quick prototyping run, all the way up to production of a few thousand units a year. Like we do here, actually using the LumenPnP to make boards that go into the LumenPnP itself, literally making its own boards. As always, this video goes along with a blog post on our website, so if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the description if you'd like to follow along there. Okay, not to bury the lead, we have a new space. There is literally nothing in here. We just got keys a few days ago. I'll talk more about the new space at the end, along with a tour so y'all can see what's going on here and more about what's going to happen. But first, let's talk about lead times. We are still actively looking for more assembly techs, especially right now, to join our team here in Pittsburgh. So if you're in the area and you'd like to help us build pick-and-place machines, please apply. There's a link in the blog post. As always, the lead time listed on each individual product page on our web store is the official lead time. That is when we guarantee we can ship your hardware by. Internally, especially for lumens and feeders, it's a little bit quicker than what we have listed. It's at about like 2-3 weeks-ish, but we're keeping it longer just because we like to have a little bit of buffer. We're about to move, and we really want to make sure that we're going to get it to you when we say we will. Okay, next up is wide feeders and the feeder loading station. I'm putting these two together because they're very much in the same phase of production right now. Since the last update, we've been spending a lot of time getting stock for our PVT build in-house for both of these products. A lot of our vendors were closed down for the Spring Festival, and they're now just starting to get spun up. So a lot of our parts are going into production, and we're getting samples, and hopefully in a few weeks, we will have a lot of these parts in hand, and we can actually do our PVT build. Right now, it's mainly cable harnesses, and we're actually making a custom double torsion spring, which is really cool and been a very interesting process going through trying to design and work with a vendor on manufacturing this thing. And this spring is what we're going to use for the pick window on the wide feeders. So as we get all of these PVT parts in, we're going to be doing our actual full PVT build for both of these products, and then we'll move on to production from there. All right, next up is the LumenPnP v4.1.0 release. We just cut a new release of the Lumen. This is a small but significant update that adds a secondary fiducial to the LumenPnP staging plate. The reason for this addition is because it allows you to do a tremendous amount more automatic calibration in the newly released OpenPnP 2.6. The OpenPnP team has been working on a ton of really cool updates and quality of life features, and we really want y'all to be able to take advantage of them, so this single secondary fiducial allows you to do a lot of this. We're officially shipping 4.1.0 as of this week, and our full documentation pass on the new version of OpenPnP will be up in just a few days. If you have an older version of the LumenPnP, it's very easy to update to be able to support all these new calibrations. If you'd like to upgrade your Lumen to be able to support all these calibrations, we have a very simple, tiny little upgrade kit that just adds this fiducial to your board. You don't have to pick up your machine to add it. You can just put it right on your staging plate. It's pretty straightforward. And then you can take advantage of all the cool new stuff that's in 2.6 of OpenPnP. There's a link in the blog post where you can pick up a kit. Okay, next up is the spool holder. I've been working on tuning a couple different ideas for prototypes for this, and a few videos ago, I mentioned the idea of actually coupling the feeder to the spool, and I really like that idea in principle, but in reality, it's quite a bit more expensive to have this big piece of sheet metal, and it's kind of cumbersome to manage. I could be wrong about this, but right now it feels like it's a bit too much. If you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. I really want to build what's most useful for people, but at this point, it just feels like a lot to have the feeder and a whole spool, potentially a 13-inch diameter spool, all coupled into one sheet. It's a lot to deal with. So I've settled on having the spool be mounted to a much smaller piece of sheet metal that can attach onto a base really easily. I actually just had new parts arrive to the office like an hour ago, so this afternoon when I go back to the old office, I'll be able to put it together, and I'll cut in some B-roll here. You can see how it operates and how it latches on. It actually uses the exact same mechanism of how a feeder latches onto a piece of extrusion, except it's stretched out across 2 rails of extrusion. And then there's a sheet of sheet metal with an embedded standoff, and that's actually how the spool gets mounted in, and it rotates about the center, so it's much less friction, as opposed to some of the other style mounts where you kind of have it cradled, and now you're dealing with all the friction along the external rim of the spool. So once I do a little bit more tuning with this and flesh out some of the tweaks, we're gonna move into finding vendors and do a DVT build of these and go from there. Okay, now the office. For those keeping up with our previous updates, we have signed a lease on a new space. This one here that I am in right now. I just got the keys a few days ago, and I am working on negotiating with different moving companies right now and figuring out all the logistics of moving our operation into this new space. We have about 3 weeks and 1 day left until we're moving. In order to prep for this a little bit, I actually made a scale model of the entire space along with a scale model of all of our furniture, or most of our furniture. And it's all magnetic, so you can actually go and lay out all the furniture on this scale model of the space and it's been really helpful in figuring out where stuff is going to go and how the flow of goods and processes is going to happen in the space really easily and tactilely. All right, now I'm gonna give you a little walk around the space so you can see what we're moving into. So here are our elevators. This is our freight elevator and our normal elevator. Here is the lobby. This is a big old enclosed meeting room with double doors. One of my favorite places in this office. And they have like a whiteboard and a little projector screen. We'll probably put a much bigger one in here and put a projector in here, but let's get the lights on. It looks real cool in here. So we'll probably do meetings and play Mario Kart and stuff in here. And then up here is the mezzanine. This is the second floor, which we'll go up to at the end. And down this hallway is all the meeting rooms underneath the mezzanine. But then we go this direction and we get into all of the production space. All this here is for inventory and building machines, QC, traying, packing, labeling, distribution, all of it. All in this big wide open space. And then there's the mezzanine up top with the staircase going up to it. Over there is our server room. I love this room. This has all of our Ethernet patch panels to all of the spaces all over the office. So our server is gonna go up here. A lot of old telephone line stuff and a very old PC, which we probably won't use, but it's kind of cool that it's here. And then around this way are bathrooms, back staircase, and then there's a little kitchenette here for, you know, water and snacks and stuff like that. And then this is probably going to be all inventory back here, and then all out to production and QC. All right, so let's go into some of the rooms underneath the mezzanine now. This is the first one, which is also kind of a hallway. This will end up being a lot of R&D. So there's gonna be a lot of benches in here with half-built prototypes, just dedicated space to be putting stuff together, trying stuff out. A lot of workbenches where we can just leave a project sitting there and not have to worry about cleaning it up because the space is dedicated for that. Probably have a bunch of 3D printers over this way too, just dedicated for prototyping, not production. And this really cool glass on the second floor coming from the mezzanine down. So a lot of the light from the window can shine up and illuminate the second floor. And then in through here, we're probably gonna do a lot of video stuff in this room because there's so much light, and there's even a skylight up there. So we have a lot of good light in here. We're probably gonna end up using this for a lot of video stuff, media, you know, product photos, that kind of thing. And then we'll go down this hallway, and these are a whole bunch of other rooms. I'm working on coming up with the open source project names for them right now. This will probably be some type of product testing. So we'll have prototypes and stuff in here, a lot of workbenches for not necessarily assembly, but doing like testing. This is kind of a weird fishbowl. So this is directly under the mezzanine too. This will probably end up being effectively our shop. We could conceivably also put lumens in here, but this is just generally good kind of prototyping workspace and also great window out into the production floor here. Across the hall again, we have this little room, which will probably just end up being a meeting room, and probably our little library too. We're gonna get a little bookcase in here, have a little, you know, TV and computer set up for meetings, and a couch and some chairs. This room is effectively going to be for docs. So we're going to have hopefully a computer set up here for with OBS with a bunch of cameras aimed at different views of a Lumen, and we'll be able to do streams showing, you know, calibration process or shoot documentation videos very easily and quickly. We'll probably also have a pull curtain down here, pretty much just like a shade with a color on it, so white or green or something, so we can take nice product photos against this wall with a table here. This is gonna be just for documentation, customer support, that kind of stuff. And also still this awesome glass coming from the mezzanine. And then the last room here under the mezzanine, this is going to be for, get the lights on, IQC, incoming quality control, validation, and lifetime test. So this will probably be kind of a noisy room. Lots of long-term tests running in here as we get new parts in that need IQC sampling, AQL process. We'll do that in here. This will be the room just set up with all the jigs needed to do all of the quality control testing we want to do. And then this spits back out into the lobby. All right, and now we're gonna go up the mezzanine. So we also have an elevator up here, so folks can get up here without needing to go up the stairs. Probably gonna end up having some couches and a little hangout spot over in this back corner. And you can see this is the meeting room and the view down to all the production space. And then there's a kitchen up here. So our fridge is gonna go here. These are all little benches so we can have seating for having lunch, or probably have a table here or something like that. And then through here, this big old door is probably gonna end up just being desk seating at some point, but this is the mezzanine. We'll What I love about this space is that there are benches all around the perimeter of this whole space, and a Lumen will fit perfectly on them. So it's real easy to just set up a desk coming out the side and have your Lumen set up right next to you. And then there's a view down into the production space from up here. All right, so that's the whole space. Let's get back to the video. Okay, lastly, as always, is our job postings. We have a ton of stuff up on our job postings right now, especially for assembly techs. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, please check out our careers page, careers.opulo.io. If you or someone you know would be good for one of the roles, please apply. All right, that's it for this one. If you have any questions or comments about anything in this video, the format, stuff that I include in this, please let me know in the comments, or you can reach out to us at support.opulo.io and send us a message. All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a great month, and we'll see you in April.